Let's watch the video capturing the tent and allowing us to observe from the closest perspective the strategic actions of the firefighters to control the situation.
Hi, bud. All right.
On October 12, 2024, a gas station suddenly caught fire and exploded, propelling an oil tanker into the air. The blast shook the ground and sent a massive plume of smoke billowing across the sky. This tragic incident resulted in the deaths of 4 people, including 2 children. A catastrophic explosion occurred in Plum, Pennsylvania on February 20th, 2023, shaking the residential neighborhood. Emergency responders received multiple calls about the blast on Rustic Ridge Drive. Upon arrival, they found that one house had been completely leveled, while several nearby homes were engulfed in flames. Tragically, 6 people lost their lives, 3 homes were entirely destroyed, and more than a dozen others suffered severe damage. Firefighters worked quickly to extinguish the flames, searching through the rubble to prevent further spread and locate survivors. Initial investigations suggested that the cause might be related to the home's propane gas system. On May 17th, a breathtaking rescue took place on the Clark Memorial Bridge in Louisville, Kentucky. The incident began when a pickup truck collided with Sydney Thomas' pickup, causing her vehicle to veer off the bridge and become suspended about 100 feet above the water. Firefighter Bryce Carton, with the support of safety cables, bravely approached the cabin where Sydney Thomas was trapped. After 40 tense minutes, Carton successfully rescued her and brought her to safety. On November 26, 2019, a truck caught fire on the A1 highway in the Oise region of France. Prior to the incident, the vehicle displayed abnormal acceleration, prompting police to signal the driver to stop. However, the driver did not respond and continued moving forward. The truck crashed directly into the Chamet toll barrier, igniting a massive fire.
Gars, il va passer comme une balle. Regarde, regarde le ouf. Oh! Oh, ça merde!
Firefighters quickly arrived to extinguish the flames, while the 39-year-old driver was fortunate to sustain only minor injuries and was taken to the hospital. Notably, the driver claimed to have no memory of the incident, leaving the cause of the accident a mystery. September 30th, 2016, a crane truck unexpectedly suffered a technical failure and caught fire at the intersection of Road 415 and Rue 52. Near Vaugirard, France, the flames quickly spread, triggering a series of explosions due to the pressure from gas cylinders on the vehicle, sending debris flying into nearby residential areas.
Donc là on se situe sur...
Firefighters from both France and Germany worked together to fully control the blaze within a few hours. Fortunately, the driver sustained only minor injuries and did not require hospitalization. The roadway was closed during the emergency response and was reopened at 9. On February 11, 2018, a highway in Hebei province, China turned into a sea of fire after a serious accident. A tanker truck overturned, causing fuel to spill across the roadway. As a car passed by, huge sparks from the vehicle accidentally ignited the fuel, triggering a massive blaze that spread rapidly, directly threatening another nearby vehicle. The fire left 8 people injured, 2 of whom were in critical condition. On August 29, 2021, a massive fire engulfed the 18-story Torre dei Moro residential building in Milan, Italy. The blaze started on the 15th floor and spread rapidly due to the highly flammable cladding, covering the entire building within minutes. Around 70 households were safely evacuated in time, preventing any casualties. The cause of the fire has not yet been disclosed, but the incident has raised concerns about the safety of building materials and fire prevention regulations.
You guys only see one person there? I only saw him. You only saw him? This is the county. You have to get the map, please.
On August 17, 2022, a New York police officer heroically saved a drowning victim. At 11 a driver suddenly lost consciousness and control of his vehicle, causing it to plunge into a pond in Dutchess County. Officer Francis Rush arrived promptly at the scene, swam to the submerged car, and brought the victim to shore. After performing CPR, the man miraculously started breathing again.
What's going on, dude? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Are you the only one in there, bud? Are you the only one in the car? You guys only see one person there? I only saw him. You only saw him? This is the county. You have to get the map, please.
It is unimaginable what could have happened if the officer had not rescued him in time.
This side, this side. This side. All right. Oh.
On July 13, 2013, a devastating explosion occurred on the Moscow Ring Road in Russia after a truck carrying 119 gas cylinders collided with a bus. The impact caused the gas cylinders to explode in succession, creating massive fire columns and severely disrupting traffic on the Moscow Beltway. The fire was quickly extinguished, and fortunately, the truck driver sustained only minor injuries and received timely medical attention. No other casualties were reported in the incident.
Right. Hi, bud.
On January 20th, 2024, a police officer rescued a child from an icy pond in Arkansas.
Hi, bud. All right, how deep is it? Okay, I got you. I got you, bud.
At around 10 am, Jonesboro police received a report of a child who had fallen into a frozen pond at 728 Gladiolus Drive. Officer Troy Ellison arrived promptly and began the rescue operation. The child was clinging to the ice, trying not to sink.
I got you, bud. I got you. Come on. Come on.
Officer Ellison reassured the child and safely pulled them out of the icy water. Fortunately, after being examined at the hospital, the child was found to be unharmed.
Et tabarouette. Ah, c'est impressionnant, hein? Oh.
A devastating explosion on Highway 40 in Montreal, Canada, claimed the life of a tanker truck driver on the afternoon of August 9th, 2016.
Oh man! Le gars, il est pas sorti, non. Pas sûr, ça va marcher, moi, là. Ah, mais ça, c'est un camion de pétrole.
Around 40 me, a fuel tanker collided with multiple vehicles, triggering an intense fire before exploding. Passerby attempted to rescue the driver, but the flames spread too quickly, trapping the victim inside and resulting in a fatality at the scene. More than 100 firefighters were dispatched to the site, working tirelessly to contain the blaze, which was largely under control by 6:00 p.m.
Quand les gens couraient partout sur
Mais là, c'est reculer les chances parce que
The explosion sent a massive plume of black smoke into the sky, causing severe traffic disruptions for several hours. On June 25, 2019, a serious fire broke out at the intersection of Zaporizhia and Ukrainskaya streets when a fuel tanker truck suddenly caught fire. the flames erupted intensely, producing thick black smoke that engulfed the entire roadway, alarming passersby. Firefighters quickly arrived on the scene, managing to contain and extinguish the blaze within minutes. Fortunately, no injuries were reported, but the truck was completely destroyed. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. It was a terrifying sight, a man trapped in the window of the 6th floor of a 25-story building. Flames were raging through the 6th-floor balcony, and the 30-year-old man was desperately trying to escape the fire by climbing out of the window. Firefighters quickly used a ladder to rescue him successfully. Unfortunately, he was seriously injured, but thankfully, he survived in a truly miraculous escape.
We gotta get the dad out of there! Oh, thank God! Oh, thank God!
Fresno, the Wells family's home near McLean High School, caught fire at 8:40 a.m.
Dad, is it? I called 911. It's Poppy! Oh my God! It's Dad! We gotta get the dad out of there! Oh, thank God! Oh, thank God!
The entire family managed to escape, only to realize that 70-year-old Robert Wells was still trapped inside. Amid the crowd gathered around the burning house, a passerby, later identified as Thomas Arteaga, bravely rushed in and rescued the elderly man from the flames engulfing the home. The Wells family unfortunately lost their house. They were incredibly fortunate that no one was injured in the blaze. On January 20th, 2021, a fire broke out in Los Angeles, injuring 2 firefighters. The Los Angeles Fire Department quickly responded to a call reporting a blaze at a 2-story commercial building. Upon arrival, they found the fire had spread to the roof. While battling the flames inside, a rolling door suddenly collapsed, trapping 2 firefighters for a brief moment and causing injuries. Fortunately, they received prompt medical attention. The fire was extinguished after 2 hours, with no further casualties reported. A serious fire broke out on August 23, 2016 at a warehouse in Shishkin-Luz, Moscow, Russia. The fire ignited in a storage area containing paint and varnish, quickly spreading across approximately 1,000 square meters and threatening the entire building's structure. The presence of flammable materials caused multiple explosions, making firefighting efforts particularly challenging. To assist in controlling the blaze, Moscow's aviation center deployed 100 rescue personnel and 25 firefighting vehicles, including helicopters. Thanks to their swift response, the fire was contained before it could spread further. However, 2 warehouse employees were injured and received timely medical care. A horrific explosion occurred at a gas station in Volgograd, Russia on August 10, 2020, creating a massive fireball as tall as a multi-story building along the Prevaya-Prodolnaya highway. Emergency rescue teams quickly arrived at the scene around midday to control the blaze, but at least 13 people, including firefighters, were injured. Due to the intense heat, 70 firefighters had to deploy firefighting robots to safely extinguish the flames. According to the initial investigation, the explosion may have originated during the fueling process of underground storage tanks. A wildfire broke out in the Carolina forest area near Myrtle Beach, South Carolina on February 28, 2025.
Record this. What the is going on, man?
Hurry, baby. What if we can't get out? Hurry, baby.
By March 2nd, it had spread rapidly, burning over 1,200 acres with 0% containment. Strong winds and dry conditions fueled its growth, forcing evacuations in several neighborhoods. By March 4, the fire had scorched 2,059 acres and was 30% contained. Officials suspect a human cause but have not confirmed details. Governor Henry McMaster declared a state of emergency, enforced a burning ban, and deployed 2 Black Hawk helicopters to aid firefighting efforts.
And very low humidity. Right now,
On Friday morning, a Dallas firefighter, Captain Ronald Janik, was injured while battling a fire at an abandoned commercial building on Walnut Hill Lane. When fire crews arrived, they found smoke and flames rising from the roof. While working to contain the blaze, a section of the roof suddenly collapsed, falling onto Captain Janik, covering him in burning debris. Despite the dangerous situation, Janik managed to escape the flames and move to safety. He was transported to the hospital for treatment and was discharged after 2 days of care. In December 2021, firefighters responded to a house fire on Colquitt Street in Houston, Texas. The fire broke out in a vacant 2-story building, and upon arrival, crews found smoke and flames coming from the structure. During firefighting efforts, ammunition inside the building began exploding, creating additional hazards for responders. Despite the dangerous conditions, firefighters managed to bring the fire under control in about 45 minutes. Fortunately, no injuries were reported.
tsaka masunod sa... Sana! Hindi ko inarta.
On January 24th, 2024, a massive gas explosion occurred in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. A truck carrying 60 tons of liquefied natural gas lane collided with a car at an intersection and exploded.
Tsaka masunod sa... Sana!
Firefighters quickly arrived at the scene, extinguished the large fire, and evacuated residents from a nearby apartment building. Roads in the area were closed to facilitate cleanup efforts. The blast resulted in 6 fatalities, 14 injuries, and severe damage to surrounding buildings. At around 3 a.m. on October 11, 2020, a massive fire broke out at a 3-story building on Wurtle Street in Montreal, Canada. The building, which housed both residential units and a store, was quickly engulfed in flames, prompting firefighters to raise the alarm to level 5 and deploy a large number of personnel and equipment to contain the blaze. Due to the fire's rapid spread and intensity, firefighters implemented multiple firefighting strategies, including protecting nearby structures. After 8 hours of relentless effort, the fire was fully extinguished. Fortunately, no one was injured, but the building suffered severe damage. The cause of the fire has not yet been disclosed. A tense rescue unfolded in Las Vegas on January 28, 2023. A car crashed on the Las Vegas Strip, leaving the driver unconscious at the scene. In a critical moment, a bystander and a police officer quickly teamed up, breaking the car door to rescue the victim. As the vehicle began to smoke and catch fire, they managed to pull the driver out just in time, preventing a potential tragedy. The victim was later transported to the hospital for treatment and soon faced charges for driving under the influence.
Open the door!
In April 2022, a man in Tonawanda, Buffalo, New York, was rescued from a burning car.
What's the nature?
The fire inside the vehicle.
Report, you head that way. Report, you copy.
Open the door!
16.
The vehicle, driven by Severio M. DePinto, was speeding when it crashed into a utility pole, plowed through a fence on Parker Boulevard, and caught fire. Officers Sarah Heft, Alexander Pasquale, and Jacob McCormick were forced to break the car's windows to pull the man out just before the flames engulfed the vehicle.
Let's get away from this car. Can you stand up at all?
DePinta later faced court in May on multiple charges, including driving under the influence of drugs. Thank you for watching these incredible moments, showcasing the dedication of firefighters on duty. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. See you in the next video.